JTech. Today we're going to be showing the flow through the components of an AC system, an R134A system to be exact, on this 96 Dodge 3500 V10. So we're going to start right here where it all begins, at the control panel. So we've got our selector for how it's going to go. We've got recirc, top vents only, top and foot only. Defroster up in the dash and foot, or straight defrost. And over here we've got AC to cool. This is our fan control, off and up. And then we've got our blend door controller, cold on one side, hot on the other. So next we're going to hop on out. And come up under the hood. So under the hood we've got our compressor, our condenser up in here, our high pressure line, and our low side. Low side leads to the dryer, which then leads to the evaporator. The evaporator is inside the actual air side of the system. That's what actually cools down your air coming through the vents. What happens is liquid R134A goes into the evaporator, evaporates, taking the heat out of the air, and then the evaporator cools down significantly. As the air passes through it, it in turn cools the air. Then from there, it'll run back from the evaporator to the compressor, through the dryer to the compressor. The compressor will compress it, and it runs through the high side at that point because it's compressed, into the condenser. Once in the condenser, it'll turn back into a liquid form. Run back through a line down here to the dryer. Once it gets to the dryer, it'll go through the evaporator. It'll evaporate again, come back through to the compressor again, and restart the cycle all over again. Now here we have our high pressure sensor, and over here in the back we have our low pressure sensor. You can tell which is the high and the low if the AC has been running. The low pressure side will be a cold line. It'll have a lot of condensation on it. High pressure line is going to be hotter because it's coming out of a compressor, being compressed. Compressed fluids, heat. Condenser is inside the cooling cluster, as I call it. Radiator, transcooler, oil cooler, condenser. So that all is in turn cooled by either at high speeds, ram air coming through the intake, or coming through the front of the vehicle, through the grill. And if you're sitting at idle at a red light, or sitting at low speeds, or it's just so hot, the fan will kick on using the fan clutch. AC compressor will kick on when the AC is turned on. It will not be on if your AC or fan is not on. And that is operated by the ECM and the control panel, as I showed you in the beginning. And this line right here carries the signal to the magnet to turn on the magnetic fan clutch. On this model, it is an electromagnet that will tell the fan clutch will always, or the compressor pulley will always spin. But the compressor clutch, but when the clutch kicks in, it'll actually start compressing and turn on the actual compressor. Therefore, we have compression, and we'll get our full cycle. That is how the AC system in a 96 Dodge V10 works.